Hello, a very good morning to you. Many thanks for joining us for Monday edition of an Sports Splash on ABS TV. A new week, a new day, and glad to know you are there watching ABS TV. On the show today, we'll tell you about basketball. Imo Heartlands have emerged champions of the Oriental Classic Southeast Basketball Championship, which was concluded on Sunday. We'll tell you how DR Congo eliminated Egypt at the African Nations Cup, and they've zoomed into the quarterfinals of the competition. Also on the show, we'll tell you how Yannick Sena and Irina Sabalenka have emerged champions in the Australian Open that was concluded on Sunday. Plus, other football news and club football will also feature on the sports show, a Sports Splash on ABS TV. My name is Ike Mwokede. Now to the show proper. Let's start with our first story. Our first story is from the Awka City Stadium. Awka City Stadium hosted the match between Solution Football Club and Inter Lagos FC yesterday, being Sunday. And Solution FC 100% record at home was cut short by Inter Lagos FC on Sunday, 28th January 2024, in one of the match day 11 fixtures of the ongoing Nigeria National League Conference B. Before kickoff, a mini silence was held in honor and as a mark of respect for the departed head coach of Solution FC, Uche Okabue, who passed away on Friday, the 26th of January 2024 at the Nnamdi Azikiwe Teaching Hospital, Nayut, Nnewi. The technical crew, now led by Felix Agugwo, made 3 changes to the side that lost to Eket-based FC 1 Rocket last weekend, as Morrison, Godswill, Chima Eugene, and Damian Nwankwo replaced Solomon Obon, Charles Ebwe, and Christopher Biawo, respectively, in the starting 11. Tony Obia for the visitors capitalized on a goalkeeping error by Solution Boys goalkeeper Chinedu Nwabeze to give his side the lead in the 20th minute of the encounter. The Solution Boys created lots of chances in the game, especially in the second period, benefiting from a tactical switch. We saw skipper David Okoye slotting into the heart of the middle, but it didn't pay off as the front line missed a lot of scoring chances, as well as a quicker intervention of a Lagos-based shotstopper Faith Ojetunde, who kept faith and stood firm between the sticks to ensure his side will run away with the maximum points at stake at the end of 90 minutes. And Solution FC are expected to bounce back in their next and final match of the 2023-2024 NNL first round against Gateway FC in Abeokuta, and that match is expected to happen on Saturday, the 3rd of February 2024. So the 100% record of Solution FC came to an end. Not the kind of result our fans wanted, but hey, they're going to bounce back and then feature again, and there will be more matches at the Awka City Stadium. There will be 5 more matches for Solution FC at the Awka City Stadium, but that will be in the second half of the ongoing 2023-2024 season. And like I told you, their next match is against Gateway FC of Abeokuta, and that match will be coming up on Saturday out there in Abeokuta. Well, let's tell you that the management of the Nigeria National League has expressed a deep shock on the death of a head coach of a Solution Football Club of Awka, Uche Okabue. According to the general manager of Anambra-based Solution FC, Austin Okoye, Uche Okabue died on Friday, January 26, 2024. And his body has been deposited at the Nnamdi Azikiwe Teaching Hospital in Anambra State. In a statement in Abuja, the chief operating officer of the most important league, Dr. Ayo Abdurrahman, said the news of the demise of the former junior international came to the league body as a rude shock, considering the good job he was doing in his team, Solution FC of Awka. Uche was not new to the NNL as he handled the FRSC of Abuja, Sporting Lagos, among others. He did excellently well while with FC Fanyoba in the Premier League and even qualified them for the Super 6. His contributions in the game, both as a player and coach, cannot be easily forgotten, Abdurrahman stated. Abdurrahman prayed that God grant him an internal rest and give his immediate family and football lovers the fortitude to bear the loss. Late Uche Okabue is from Onitsha, Anambra State, and he has stints with Bendel Insurance and Julius Berger as a player. He also featured in Oman Top League out there, and we say may the soul of coach Uche Okabue, the demise coach of a Solution FC, rest in peace. And Uche Okabue will be sorely missed for his immense contributions to football in the state and beyond. And away from football, let's go to basketball. Yes, in basketball, Roma was agog, and the Alex Ekwueme Square was agog Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for the Oriental Classics basketball championship. We'll have the video, but before then, let's get to the news. Before we get to the video, let's tell you that Imo State, Imo Heartlands are now champions of the Southeastern Oriental Oriental Basketball Championship. I beg your pardon. Imo Heartland now champions of the South Eastern Oriental Classic Basketball Championship, which came to a crescendo on Sunday, the 28th of January, and the competition, you know, commenced on the 26th of January, which was on Friday, and the competition is being bankrolled by Ugo Obi Udezue, who is the chairman of the Anambra State Basketball Association, is also the chairman of the Southeast Basketball Association, and equally a board member of the Nigeria Basketball Federation. A total of 5 basketball clubs are featured in the Oriental Classics. They are Imo Heartland, Anambra Chiefs, Ebonyi Salters, Abia Warriors are featured, and equally Coal City Miners, the 5 teams that featured. As you can see their pictures on the screen, Imo Heartland, Anambra Chiefs, Abia Warriors, Ebonyi Salters, and Coal City Miners. Well, let's just go through the results. In the first match, Imo Heartland defeated Anambra by 59-51. In match 2, Ebonyi Salters defeated Abia Warriors by 45-33. In match 3, Anambra Chiefs defeated Coal City Miners from Enugu by 31-25. Elsewhere, Imo Heartland walked over Ebonyi Salters in match 4. In match 5, Anambra Chiefs defeated Abia Warriors by 40-30. For match 6, Imo Heartland defeated Coal City Miners by 45-35. For match 7, Anambra Chiefs walked over Ebonyi Salters. In match 8, it was Abia Warriors 33, Coal City Miners 48, and for match 9, Imo Heartland 47, Abia Warriors 37, while of course Coal City Miners walked over Ebonyi Salters. Let's just watch some of the videos from that action.
I thought it was 5 minutes before. 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. How many 6 minutes before? Oh, hey, don't worry about it.
That was those clips you are seeing there were from they just concluded Oriental Classics Basketball Championship, which came to a crescendo, and that was yesterday being Sunday. Started on Friday, and of course we saw the video or clips of 2 matches there. The first one was the match between Anambra Chiefs and Coal City Miners of Enugu. Anambra Chiefs, of course, I told you earlier on, that was the 3rd match. They defeated Coal City Miners by 31-25, and we also saw another match out there where Imo Heartland took on Abia Warriors, and Imo Heartland got the better of Abia Warriors by 47-37. It ended, and of course kudos to the man backrolling these. Talking about Ugo Obi Udezue, who happens to be the chairman Anambra State Basketball Association. Like I told you, he's also the chairman of the Southeast Basketball Association, and also a board member of the Nigeria Basketball Federation. Kudos to him for, of course, bankrolling this 3-day event. And we also say congratulations to Imo Heartland champions. And in subsequent edition of Sports Today, I will show you the groups and how they finish. But it is confirmed that Imo Heartland are the champions of the season 3 of the Oriental Classics Southeast Basketball Championship, being bankrolled by Ugo Udeswe. Congratulations once again to Imo Heartland. Now let's move on to our fourth story on the show. Our fourth story on the show, we'll have the pillar of sports talking about the Super Eagles heroics and also eulogizing Toby Amusan. Let's tell you that the Nigeria's pillar of sports chief Donatus Agbo-Ejidike JP has commended the senior men national team, the Super Eagles, for what he called, what he described as a sterling performance against the indomitable Lions of Cameroon in one of the round of 16 matches at the ongoing African Cup of Nations attack the Cote d'Ivoire 2023 on Saturday night. The pillar of sports gave the commendation on Sunday afternoon in a press release signed and made available to the press by the chairman office of the Nigeria Pillar of Sports, Prince Ajide Olayoye, saying the Eagles that are turned up for the match on Saturday evening, where the Eagles are the soccer-loving Nigerians wanted to see always, as the team hardly put any foot wrong in the match. Ejidike described that the match played at the home fair at Boigny Stadium in Abidjan as one of the star matches of the competition, considering the pedigrees of the two teams and their perennial rivalry between them at every level of the beautiful game of football. And the two sides have 8 AFCON trophies between them. The Anambra-born former president of the Karate Federation of Nigeria had earlier called for an improved performance following their qualification from the group stage of the competition last Tuesday, when many Nigerians were not so satisfied with the team's performance. The boys are therefore headed at the admonition of the Nnewi-born sports and philanthropies by putting up a very robust performance against the indomitable Lions of Cameroon, and the second most successful team in the history of the competition, thus setting up a quarterfinals against Angola, who defeated Namibia by 3-0 earlier in the day. In the same vein, Chief Ejidike also congratulated Nigeria's hurdle queen Toby Amusan for setting a new world indoor record in 60 meters hurdle right there in Astana, Kazakhstan. Amusan broke a 25-year-old record by returning in a time of 7.77 seconds on Saturday, beating Glory Alosie's record of 7.82 seconds in the women's 60 meters hurdles, which she set 25 years ago. Ejidike said Amusan has consistently done Nigeria proud whenever and wherever she steps on the track, more than any other athlete in recent years. Despite all the different off-track challenges she has had to contend with, that is the stuff champions are made of. He said the Djibouti-born hurdler is also the world record holder in the 100 meters category, set at the Eugene, Oregon in the year 2022 with a time of 12.12 seconds. And the season that sports philanthropists therefore urged the queen of the track never to relent in what she does that gives her these victories so far, and same can be replicated at the Paris 2024 Olympic Games later in the year. So he is Chief Agbo-Ejidike is wishing Toby Amusan all the very best and urging her to continue in her, of course, her prowess and take this to the Olympics and ensure she gets an Olympic gold medal. We'll be watching out for that. Toby Amusan with the record once again, smashing the record of Gloria Alozie, and that's a big time for that lady. Now let's move on to the continent. Goalkeeper Lionel Mpase scored the 18th penalty of a Navy shredding shootout as DR Congo produced the latest shock at the 2024 AFCON by knocking 7-time champion Egypt out to reach the quarterfinals following a 1-1 draw against after extra time. DR Congo went ahead for the first time in the finals when Misha Elias nodded in Joan Wissers across to put the team ranked at 67th in the world on course for the latest surprise result at a tournament which has been illuminated by underdog success in Ivory Coast. Their lead lasted 9 minutes before Mustafa Mohamed converted a penalty on the stroke of halftime after Ahmed Hegazi was caught by a flaring arm from Dylan Butumbinsika, and Egypt finished with 10 men after left back Mohamed Hamdi was shown a second yellow card 7 minutes into extra time for a mistimed a launch on Simon Banza. And after Pharaoh's keeper Gabaski had clipped at the top of the crossbar in the 9th round of the shootout, and Pasi stepped up to win it at 8-7 on penalties to ensure they will now be in the semi-finals of the quarterfinals of the African Nations Cup. And let's see how far DR Congo can go. But so far, we'll say congratulations to them for their performance already at AFCON, seeing off Egypt, although it was a bit it was a penalty they used to progress to the round of 8. And still on the AFCON, Morocco coach Walid Regalgue has been cleared to take charge of their last 16 clash against South Africa at the 2023 African Cup of Nations after his 2-match ban was lifted following an appeal. Regalgue was suspended for 4 games and fined $5,000 by the Confederation of African Football on Wednesday, with 2 games of that ban suspended for 1 year. The sanctions are related to post-match incidents following Morocco's 1-1 draw with DR Congo in the group phase, and CAF confirmed an appeal by the Morocco Football Federation against its decision had been partially successful, and that he had overturned the Regalgue ban and fine. And the 48-year-old served the first match of his suspension against Zambia on Wednesday and was replaced on the touchline by his assistant Rashid Ben Mahmoud as the Atlas Lions won 1-0 to finish top of Group F. And a CAF disciplinary board had also fined DR Congo's Football Association and the RMFF $20,000 each following the incident, but did not publicly explain its decision. The match between Morocco and DR Congo at the Stade Laurent Apoko in San Pedro was a tense affair as a scuffle broke out between both sets of players following the full-time whistle. And CAF appeal board confirmed all 3 fines will stand, and Morocco are among the favorites to take the AFCON 2023 title after their heroics at Qatar 2022, when they became the first African team to reach the semi-finals of a World Cup. And the North African will face South Africa in the last 16 in San Pedro, coming up tomorrow, with the winners going on to play Mali or Burkina Faso in the quarterfinals. Moving away from that now to Formula 1. In Formula 1, Britain's Jenson Button finished third on his Daytona 24 debut as a fellow former Formula 1 driver. Felipe Nasser won the Porsche Penske Motorsports, and Button's Swiss teammate Louis Deletras crossed the checkered flag to secure a podium finish for Wayne Taylor Racing. And the 2009 Formula 1 champion also shared driving duties with American pair Jordan Taylor and Colton Hayter. Away from Formula 1 now, let's go to athletics. In athletics, 3rd times are the champs, so the saying goes, and Zanel Hughes will certainly hope that proves to be the case for 2024 this summer in Paris. The 28-year-old will chase his first Olympic medal after injury and errors ruined his previous 2 attempts. A knee ligament problem denied him the chance to compete in 2016 before the heartbreak of Tokyo 2020, when he had a 4 straight in 100 meters final that saw Italy's Marcel Jacobs crowned a shock champion in that one. It is the experience of 3 years ago in particular that made his World Championship success all the more significant. Moving away from athletics now, let's go to tennis. And now the Australian Open has come to an end. Let's tell you that Aryna Sabalenka on the line, why she had been longer considered the Australian Open favorite by overpowering Zheng Weiguan to retain the women's title. Belarusian second seed Sabalenka won 6-3, 6-3 to claim her second Grand Slam singles trophy without dropping a set, with a 12 seed Zheng backed up by passionate Chinese support. Composer Sabalenka sucked the energy out of her opponent and the crowd in a fast start. She is the first woman to win back-to-back since Victoria Azarenka in 2013. Sabalenka, 25 years of age, who became the strong favorite after top seed Iga Swiatek was beaten in the 3rd round, emulated her compatriot Azarenka by completing victory in little over an hour. And now to the men's results. Still talking about the Australian Open. Yannick Sinner has put his calm Australian Open winning performance down to having to grow up fast, considering he had just won his first Grand Slam title. The Italian celebrated in no fuse manner in front of a noisy Rod Laver Arena and trailing by 2 sets in his first major final. The 22-year-old produced a masterclass in composure as he launched an epic comeback against Daniil Medvedev in Melbourne, and once one of Italy's most promising young skiers, Sinner, had to cook and clean for himself when he moved away from home at the age of 14 after deciding to swap at the slopes for career in tennis, in a decision that has worked out well for the level-headed Sinner, who barely wobbled as he converted his first championship point to become the youngest Australian Open winner since 2008, when Novak Djokovic won his first title age 20. And before Sunday's final, he had dropped just 1 set, and that was against world number 1 and 10-time champion Novak Djokovic. And congratulations to Aryna Sabalenka and Jannik Sinner, now the youngest Formula 1 winner, youngest Australian Open winner, of course, upsetting the record being created by Novak Djokovic, and that was sometime in 2008. And lastly, before we jet in football, Manchester United boss Erik ten Hag says that Marcus Rashford's absence from the FA Cup 4th round victory at Newport is an internal matter. The England forward missed training at United on Friday after reporting ill. However, media reports then emerged the 26-year-old had been seen in night sports in Northern Ireland on both Wednesday and Thursday evening. And Rashford has scored 30 goals in all competitions for United last time and signed a new contract with his boyhood club in the summer. However, he has managed just four play time this season, and his recent celebration after scoring in the 2-2 draw against Tottenham Hotspur was criticized by former United captain Roy Keane and ex-Spurs midfielder Jamie Redknapp. And the case of Marcus Rashford, an internal matter, according to the boss, Erik ten Hag. That's the size of the show this morning, Sports Splash on ABS TV. Thank you very much for being part of the show. The show will make a return tomorrow for another episode. Until then, my name is Ike Mukede. Keep sporting. Bye-bye now.